As someone who has been in the healing arts for many, many years, well, for some years, I am an observer. Those of us who are in the healing arts, we are observers of the patterns that mystify us in why do we become ill? Why do we break down? What helps us to become better? I mean, we are great mysteries to each other. And I find it so interesting that for all the years that we continue to study us, that we are such mysteries, which should tell us right off the bat that we continue to open places within ourselves, that we ourselves, as we are the observers, that we are continuing to learn how to observe, and that we as human beings are continuing to find places to observe. Let us say that the world behind our eye is our new frontier, and that we have become intrigued with ourselves in a way that other generations have not. That this is the new frontier. We are the new frontier. And so observing, for example, why we become ill, why we don't heal, has a different meaning than if that question were asked before World War II. The depth to which we now look at ourselves and the depth to which we're asking that question is a hologram compared to how once upon a time they asked and they were maybe looking for an infection. We are looking for a story, a narrative, reasons that are a complexity. When I've been working with people now for 3.5 decades, and as an observer of people, there's so many things I could share with you, but I've narrowed them down for obvious reasons, and to choice. I want to emphasize the power of choice. And perhaps there was a time when we wouldn't even talk about it, but we have to talk about that today. Because choice is a fundamental power of the human experience. We need to put choice as an authority, as a power that is so huge that if I ran the world, this is where you should say, that's a good idea, but if I ran the world, I would make studying the power of choice part of every school curriculum. That everyone should learn that the power of the choices you make have infinite consequences. From the littlest choice to something that is great, big, huge. And that here's the paradox. You have no idea what a little choice is or a big choice. What we are used to doing is believing that a big choice is an obvious one. Buying a house, getting married, getting divorced. In fact, those are your small choices. The choices that actually matter when it comes to your health, when it comes to healing, when it comes to positioning yourself, empowering yourself, are the tiny ones that are the choices, I should say, that you think have the least power, that you make in the privacy of your own company, that perhaps you think are the most insignificant. I have found repeatedly, are the most powerful choices of your life. The most powerful. That have the most powerful impact on your biology, on your on your soul, on your sense of who you are, on your well-being, on your whole life map. Now, I'll tell you something else, that these are the types of statements that are dicey to make, because if someone said, I want you to bring proof of this in a basket, I couldn't do it. But if you listen with your heart and your gut and see if it doesn't settle well there like good chicken soup. Here's another thing that is unique about us. And put this in your chicken soup belly. We are born knowing certain things. We're wired for it. It's in our instinct. It's in our spiritual instincts. It's in our DNA. It's in our soul DNA. We are born knowing that choice is powerful. Choice is the most powerful thing we got going for us, and we know it. And that's the reason why we're terrified to make a choice. I'll ask somebody, where do you want to go for dinner? I don't know. Pick a restaurant. No, can't even pick a restaurant. People are terrified of making choices. Terrified of the consequence you choose. Terrified of being held accountable for a consequence. Well, I don't know what I want to do. I'll think about it. The morning, the day, your mind gets the day shift, your heart gets the night shift. Your mind says, well, I think, your heart says, I feel. And you don't let the two of them talk to each other. Because if they do, then you actually have to do something. Finally, make this choice. Choose to get up every day and bless your day. Choose to get up every single day and bless your day. And to say, I have no idea what's going to be in my day, but it is blessed. Why? Because I am alive. And don't base your gratitude for your life on what you have or how you feel, but just because you are. Just because you are. Just because you are. And then hold in your heart this prayer. This day of my life will never come again. I will never see the people I am looking at again. I will never see the sunrise again, and I will never see that sunset. I will never see the person having breakfast with me again, just this way. No, nothing in my life like this will ever come again. That alone, that choice alone, should take out of your heart every bitter taste there is. That it should shape the life around you with such grace and such beauty. That it would make you only want to see the present with great gratitude and love. Thank you, everybody.